What we did was a French Montana 2.0 double XL cover. That's what that was. It's like you kind of saw my from the ground up movie, you know. So it's like started out on this, and it's kind of like my second chapter in the game, and covering it all every step of the way. And I feel like for my fans and double XL fans, it kind of like people see me grow, and it's a beautiful thing. I feel like the growth in people just seeing my elevation, the ups, the downs, and seeing that we still here doing it and looking better than yesterday. My number one was when I first started was to always, get out the hood and use the platform and elevate out the mud and make it out. And making it out, everybody levels success different. Some people want money and cars. Some people, want the luxury, like watches, chains, bracelets. To me, was to make sure the person that sacrificed to me is that is going back home, where they came from. Yeah. My mother from Morocco. So her and my father came here when I was 13. And my father, one business after another didn't work out for him, so he wanted to leave and take her and leave me here. But she was like, if my kid don't go, I can't leave him. So she stayed and he left. And that's when the sacrifice for a mother started, and everything I did was working towards that moment. And that when she goes back home, after the sacrifice, she'll walk in with her head high. You know what I'm saying? So that was my chapter one. There's no other accomplishment that can beat that. Not a Grammy, not nothing else, because I could have got all that. She'd have never made it back to see the family, I'd have failed. So me just doing that last year is when I stopped that first chapter, and I was like, now I can focus on French Montana. You know what I'm saying? So now it's free for all. So the documentary got me from, when I started, from the days when I come from Africa. When I was 13, I didn't know no English, and God literally put me in the mecca of hip hop. And the story is just something that people never knew about French Montana. It gets deep into the roots, and Max B days, and the days when I got signed, and it brings me all the way here, and it's a life-changing story for every immigrant out there that that have a hope or feel like the picture is too big to paint it. You know what I'm saying? To fit them shoes, I feel like it just makes you take that extra step if you know what I'm saying? If you're in the same shoes, because I did it with no papers. I did it, if I'd have got caught taking chances, I would have got deported, and then that would have been a slap in my mother's face because she sacrificed. So it was a real thin line I was walking, and things like that you can only do them when you got blessings from the man upstairs. So it just forced me, you know what I'm saying, to believe that there's a higher power and believe that there's blessings and, and the parents, you know what I'm saying, believe in those blessings. And the documentary just covers all that. But then it takes you to this one part in the documentary where my mother gets to Africa and see her brothers and sisters for 25 years. For the first time. She just got her papers a year or two ago, so she was always scared to go back, I think. So when she went back, God is great, nobody died, everybody's still alive. That was one of my hopes. And she made it there. When they saw each other, they just burst out crying, and it was the most beautiful feeling ever. I was down to the last rope, but God gave me the power to take her all the way there. I feel like being immigrated gave me a different mindset, and it just put my back to the wind that I had to get it a different way. When you can't go to school because you play basketball, when you can't get a job because you don't have no work papers, when you can't do certain things, all you can do is hustle. I think that you look at life different. And I don't think a lot of people understand that unless you're in them shoes. When you can't even play basketball, after you've been playing basketball the whole time, you thinking you're a citizen, but you're really an alien. And you're trying to go to college and you can't even get a scholarship to go to college. I feel like it's easier, hearing it than actually living through it. So when I learned that, it made my hustle relentless. So that's what I love about the immigration part, the immigrated to the new lifestyle, new culture. Now when you immigrate, then now it becomes like, oh wow, now it's like you're out of jail. You know what I'm saying? But you've been living amongst everybody that's been out of jail the whole time. So it's being locked up without being locked up is a crazy feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like you hustling. If you get locked up, you get deported. I was running for like a good 20 years without a break, and God put a stop to that. I had a little health scare. I tell people all the time, if you don't end up in ICU after your birthday, then it wasn't a good birthday. But I had a show. I had two of my biggest accomplishments before I passed out. One was my first time making $1 million in one show. The second one was taking my mother to Africa. It was drained. I had to perform in 5 different countries in 1 week. I haven't stopped running, chasing money since we started, since I saw a bag. And a combination of a lot of things, being fatigued, dehydrated, losing myself, chasing money, chasing the wrong things. But I think that when I came back to LA, I just collapsed. Too much drinking, too many pills, and just boom. Well, you take Adderalls when you want to stay up, you know what I'm saying? Anytime your back hurt, this and that, you take, it start off as a Percocet start off as a pain relief, and then it ends up being a hobby. And then it ends up being an addiction. So it's like, they reel you in. I feel like 90% of musicians is on that, But at the end of the day, it's supposed to be something you do to have fun. You know what I'm saying? This and that. But after you do it for so many years, we never have money. You become millionaires. You know what I'm saying? And you want to have fun. The girls, this, that. But that fun is too addictive. Why would you want to stop having fun? People that's trying to get money, the reason why they're not having fun because they're grinding until they get their paper up. You got your paper up. So you're thinking that's what life is about, just having fun, this and that. Because we get paid to have fun, to get drunk, to do this, to do that. So our lifestyle's different. So it just becomes an everyday thing. Our job, Monday to Friday, becomes getting high to make money. So it becomes Monday to Sunday now because the weekend we performing. So it was just overdoing something for too long. And to the point where now sober is becoming my new high. People were seeing that I was out of control, not me. You know what I'm saying? Because, it's almost like, working out. You don't see you getting big because you see yourself every day. It's the same thing with you being out of control. But making money is not everything. How you treat people, you know what I'm saying? And how people take advantage of you. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing was, when you play dumb, you can catch a smart person. A smart person, you know what I'm saying? A smart person can play dumb, a dumb person can't play smart. So that was my strategy when I used to get lit and this and that, just throw people off, this and that. But at the end of the day, I never realized that after a while, you start throwing yourself off because you fucking up your health. So you really a dumb person by doing that, so. Yeah, so mind, health and body first. The new thing is the triple R thing. You gotta be rich in health, rich in spirit, and rich with money. If all you got is money, you don't got nothing. And that's the thing that I got closer to, You guess you got closer to God too. Like, nobody make it this far. Look, Chinks died. Max be doing 75 years. My brother got deported. My best friend doing 20 years, and it's just like I'm left out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just seeing that, just like he got a mission for me. So get closer to him and figure out what that mission is. When I went to the hospital, yeah, there was like, if you drink, you die. If you keep drinking, you're gonna die. So I was like, there it goes. French vanilla Ciroc, yo, Puff. Don't put none of these in my videos no more. The life-changing part came when I woke up in the ICU. That's when, cause I woke up like, ain't nothing wrong with me, let me out. It was like, go back to sleep, you know? So ICU was when I woke up and it was like, oh wow, I'm really bugging. I really didn't get a chance to spend the money I made. What am I doing? I'm really tripping. I'm in ICU with millions in the bank. What am I working so hard for? Let me take some time off. I grinded so hard that when a certain time come, I could take time off and spend the money I've been making. And I'm about to die in ICU, God forbid, then there's just like money sitting in the bank. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I was like, that's why I took a break. I took a break, I said, look, as hard as I was going on my grind, I'm about to go on myself. And put everybody I was putting in the front and the back burner and put myself in that seat. And I just, I just did the French 2.0. Yeah. And this is how I changed it. Stepped back, took 2 steps back, then dropping on music, detoxed from social media. And I realized that even when I go back just to call somebody, I end up going on Instagram. So it's like everybody is drugged up. I realized that was another addiction. You know what I'm saying? I go try to text somebody, I end up on Instagram and forget who I'm about to text. I was like, this is crazy. Everything got control of my life but me, you know what I'm saying? So it was a mixture of things, you know what I'm saying? And I think that was like the hardest thing I ever did in my life, to snatch myself back. There's friends that I have that I've been telling them to stop drinking for years, that no way they will. You know what I'm saying? So for me to stop everything and just step back was like one of my biggest accomplishments, top 2. Is after taking my mother back to Africa. That's the second thing. So that was the day. It was November 21st last year. And since that day, I never had a drink. So I just made a year last week. You know how they say if you make it out of New York, you make it anywhere? Well, if you make it through a Diddy party without drinking, you can be a billionaire. That's how that thing happened, you know? So I'm glad I did it. Yeah, I feel like I'm on the right track, especially when you go to sleep. You like on the wake up, you know what I'm saying? You wake up like, I gotta stop doing this and that. So I gotta stop doing whatever I'm doing. When you wake up on winning in real life, which I mean health, this and that, you just wake up and whatever you're going through, you're just happy about everything because you know you're going down the right path. And the other things could just, could just make up the rest. Well, 2.0, we started off with Coke Boys mixtape. I had to now it's like I'm doing everything that I did, but now I'm just not missing a pocket. So now this is the first project that ever got released on every platform as a mixtape. So I just was able to take a mixtape and I put an album out. So I won in that, finished my album. You know what I'm saying? The documentary is a masterpiece. Just finished the first movie, Respect the Shooter, and there's more things to come, but it's just now I got everything that I was doing, just flipped it back over, 2.0. Something 2.0 for French is, besides putting a mixtape on the major platforms for the first time, is ending my beef with Jim Jones. That was beefing with 15 years. And yesterday we shut down the bridge in the middle of the city that connect, Harlem and the Bronx. And it was a moment where there was 100 gangsters, 100, guns, and everybody like standing standing on one side, and just like the love was so immaculate, and it was just a moment for hip hop that was just like, damn, I wish I had did this before. You know what I'm saying? Because we'd have made so much money, Coke Boy, Dipset, this and that. But it goes to say that this is where the line begins, you know what I'm saying? French 2.0. That's definitely one. Shout to Jewel, shout to Cameron, shout to Jim. You know what I'm saying? We thinking about doing a versus battle with me and him. So that's crazy. That's French 2.0. Keys to happiness is for me. That's a tough question because people, social media affects that. People chase the wrong things affects that, and people don't focus on them affects that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people is too busy on everybody else, and it's too much going on. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find the inner you, and at the end of the day, it starts within. You know what I'm saying? It starts within. It starts with knowing what's wrong with you. That's half of the battle. Then the other half is making yourself happy. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta find what makes you happy. Positive energy around you makes you happy. Get away from toxic people makes you happy. I'm looking forward to taking over. 2021, I'm looking forward to take over. I don't even want to talk. I just want to pose with my six pack on that double XL cover. You heard?